Sadly, no TikTok fans will watch this video because it's longer than 15 seconds. That said, if you still decided to stay and watch along, congratulations, you probably have a higher attention span than most other people these days. So why is TikTok worse than you thought? First of all, let me quote the popular podcaster and comedian Andrew Schulz, who made this point regarding TikTok recently. We shouldn't want some other country's tech influencing us. In China, the way the algorithm works is that it doesn't reward people doing stupid dances and playing with their dog. The algorithm rewards things they want to see their youth do, such as cool engineering, cool science, but in America, it rewards twerking, stupid dances, and things that are truly worthless to society. TikTok first appears to be a harmless app. It's just social media. It's just a little bit of fun. But as we learn more and more about what it really is and how it completely destroys your life, we begin to realize that this is a lot more serious than we think it is. You can watch videos of people acting silly or dancing, which is okay, but the problem with TikTok is that it has been specifically created to make you addicted, making it a very harmful digital drug. They take away the most important thing from you, which is your attention and time. This is what usually happens. You're working on something and then you end up taking a short break, hoping to resume your work 5 to 10 minutes later. During the break, you decide to open TikTok harmlessly for just a quick 5 to 10 minutes of fun, and then you start scrolling. The videos are only 15 seconds long, so you surely can't spend too much time on here, right? And then bam, hours pass by, leaving you scrolling through the app mindlessly. I'm sure 99% of you watching this video have been through the same. There's a secret to TikTok's ability to grab your attention and just take away hours each day. And it's through the use of unpredictable rewards. Now recently you might have probably heard a lot of people discuss about something called dopamine, right? Like dopamine detox specifically. Now since I'm not a scientist, I'll just give you a very simple explanation of what it means and how it plays a vital role in contributing to mindlessly scrolling through TikTok. Dopamine is fundamentally a type of motivation or drive. It's not so much the enjoyment of something. Instead, it's more of a pleasant sensation that you get when you're on the verge of obtaining something. If you didn't get that, let's take an example of junk food. So when you think about having junk food, you don't actually get that much dopamine when you eat the junk food. Instead, you get dopamine when you know you're gonna eat the junk food 5 minutes from now. Dopamine is all about the motivation to go and do the thing. And this is exactly how TikTok manages to hook, addict, and manipulate your dopamine receptors. Because it's not only about watching the greatest kinds of videos, it's about finding the best videos on and on again that make you feel temporarily satisfied and hooked as you keep scrolling endlessly while your dopamine is hyperactive, because you never know what the next scroll may be. Apart from everything I discussed above, TikTok also plays a massive role in collecting huge chunks of your data, and because of that, in many ways, it knows about your personal information more than you consciously remember about yourself. TikTok's algorithm goes one step further in comparison to Facebook, Netflix, Spotify, and YouTube's algorithm. Many TikTok users have claimed that the For You page in TikTok, apart from recommending similar posts, has also started to recommend relatable content that resides in your thoughts. But how does TikTok so accurately know which videos will addict you? Well, that becomes clear once you have a look at TikTok's privacy page, where they literally admit to collecting as much data from you as possible. Being a software engineer myself, I'm aware of how apps and websites have the ability to collect data on each button or piece of information you click on. TikTok has the ability to collect data from each user post, image, search history, sites you visit, keystrokes, location, and so much more that you wouldn't even be aware of. Now all this data for each user account is utilized by TikTok to train a machine learning model through the use of artificial intelligence to ultimately create an algorithm that recommends you unlimited content based on your interests that you never even knew you had, and finally leave you to wonder where all those hours went by amidst all the scrolling. And because of using all this data, TikTok understands you more than you understand yourself. It predicts your future behavior and learns at every second what you want and what you will do. And no, this isn't like Google or Facebook stealing your data and sending it off to advertisers. This information is being used to tap into your biological hardwiring and keep you as addicted as possible to their platform. No wonder the Indian government has banned dozens of Chinese-owned apps, with TikTok being one of them. The Indian government claimed this was because they were damaging to India's sovereign integrity, defense, security, and public order. If you are someone young, then you have the ability to utilize the potential of your brain with maximum focus. This ability won't stay with you forever. Therefore, you must ask yourself if this is how you want to spend important, valuable hours of your day which won't ever come back. According to a study of high school students in China who frequently use the app, it was found that those with addictive tendencies toward TikTok showed greater rates of anxiety, stress, and depression than those who use the app less frequently. Every time users watch a video on TikTok, dopamine is released in their brains in a way that resembles the effect of drugs, and most things out there are unable to compete with this type of stimulation. Young people are more prone to addiction because their brain development is not complete until they reach 25 to 30 years old. Now it's completely fine to consume content in TikTok provided that you're able to keep control over your time and not mindlessly lose yourself over an app, spending hours and hours that has literally zero contribution in your life. Remember, all those crucial seconds wasted are never going to come back. The only reason you have reached the end of this video is because you know TikTok hasn't been the best for your mental health. The mere fact that an app has the power to guide your interests, generate new interests, and keep you hooked in a loop is an evidence of how it could detach you from reality. Remember, we must reject a low quality present in order to have a high quality future.